What's up, everybody? I'm Ricky. I'm going to answer some of your questions about entrepreneurship really quick. I say really quick. Who knows if it's going to be really quick? Oh well, stay with me. A little bit about me. I run 413 Health and Fitness full-time. It's online personal training. Been running it full-time since July of 2016, but running it in total since September of 2015. So I've been at this for a little bit. I went to school at James Madison University, studied computer information systems, got my degree in that. So I didn't start with fitness. I started with computer information systems, and I knew that I wanted to transform my knowledge in that into a business. So first question is, how do you stay positive in the face of negativity and drama? So whenever you're starting something new, you're going to get the naysayers. You're going to get, you're gonna get the naysayers, you're gonna get the people who kind of are very passive aggressive towards what you want. Understand that that mindset is because of a limiting mindset. That is not supposed to be thrown on you. So whenever people throw their doubts and insecurities on me, that's on them. I don't really worry about it. I know my truth. I know what God has like really blessed me to do and what he puts on my heart. So I don't necessarily worry about it. Second thing is, I don't ever get too high or too low. People see the social media following, and I know I'm talking fast, like I said. If you need to slow it down, just rewind it, rewatch it. People see the social media following and they'll be like, wow, things are, going way up. Like, how do you feel when you get that many likes and comments? I'm like, I think it's awesome. But I don't feel like I have life to live because I'm not gonna get too high and I don't wanna get too low. So you wanna stay in that even keeled mode. So that's kind of how I stay positive. I try not to worry about things. I try to focus on things that are in my control. Am I great at it all the time? No, but that's what I try to do. Second thing is, why did I move to the West Coast? I'm gonna answer your question by using what I learned from Tyrese Gibson. I don't know him personally, but he used to do Facebook videos where he just pushed out motivation. He said one thing that really struck a chord with me a few years ago. He said, if you are a country singer, you need to be in Nashville. If you're an actor, you need to be in Hollywood. If you want to be a top corporate businessman, you need to be on Wall Street. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to be in Silicon Valley. So what he was saying was, with what you are trying to do, you need to put yourself in the place where people are operating at that level. The East Coast is very different than the West Coast. I always say I'm pumped, that I'm an East Coast kid living a West Coast dream, because I bring that East Coast grit to what I'm doing. Not to say people on the West Coast don't work hard, but East Coast, since things are more 9 to 5, more corporate, more federal, meaning government, there's a lot of people who are small fishes in huge ponds, and they have to work extremely hard just to get to the top of the pole. On the West Coast, people are more inclined to start their own things. So when you start something, you're already at the top. So I understand what it's like to be at the bottom and nobody notices you, and like work in a sub basement of a building and like you don't even exist, and have to work and grind so people notice your work ethic. So I moved to the West Coast because, one, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and by entrepreneur I wanted to run my own business. I don't even really like saying that word because I feel like entrepreneur, it's the stigma of like, ooh, you have your own business, so does everybody else. Like, no, actually run my own business and make this something that is massive. And two, I love fitness. I wanted to be in the top fitness location in the world, and so this is where it's at. So you really have to figure out where your passions lie and where you need to be. If you're in Iowa and you want to be a movie star, yeah, maybe your social media picks up, but at the end of the day, they're gonna move you out here anyway. They're gonna move you out to Hollywood anyway. So I did the things that I needed to do by saving money and all this type of stuff to get to where I wanted to get to, which was California, because if I can make it here as an entrepreneur, if I can make it here as a fitness professional and fitness enthusiast, then that's like the pinnacle of where I wanna be. And people will respect me, and then down the road, you all will hire me to come and help build your business and speak at events and stuff like that. So that's my end goal. That's what I really want to do. The third thing is, what challenges do I face? So there's a few different ones, but I'll talk from an entrepreneurship perspective. Being an entrepreneur, you have to do two things: building your own business. You have to work in the business and you have to work on the business. When you work a 9 to 5 or when you work a consistent job, you're typically working in the business, or you are on a team that's working on the business. So when I was a consultant, when I worked for IBM for 2 years, I was working in the business as a consultant. So I was on projects doing the things that IBM wins a project, I was working in the business. There are people who don't work on projects who are responsible for recruiting and marketing. That's working on the business. So you have to do both as an entrepreneur. I have to train my clients, I have to get on accountability calls, I have to get on consultation sessions. That's working in the business. I also have to do marketing, I have to do social media, I have to do videos like this. This is working on the business because that's helping grow it. So on the business is helping grow, in the business is helping sustain. So you have to focus on those 2 points and really understand that there's so many people that glorify this entrepreneurship lifestyle, and this is kind of tailoring to my second, how I'm answering the second part of the question, challenges. Entrepreneurship is a lonely road. I'll say that again. Entrepreneurship is a lonely road. You are working for yourself, by yourself. I'm talking to a camera right now. There's nobody else in this room with me. I don't have meetings to go to with people. I don't have, coworkers right now. I'm sitting in shorts, socks, and flip-flops, and I'm talking to a camera. It's gonna be blasted out to a few hundred people, hopefully a few thousand people, but at the end of the day, it's just me right here. Crazy, right? But you have to understand that there's a level of loneliness, there's a level of investment that you have to put in, money-wise, blood, sweat, and tears, lonely nights. There's a level of, kind of not doing a whole lot of social things. One, because you're trying to save money. Two, because you just don't have time to do it. But then, so that lacked. And I think that when I moved here, I dealt with like a lot of loneliness because I was like, man, I'm just working. And when I finally have my head up on weekends, I don't have anybody to do anything with or whatever because I've been working in the business and on the business so much. So making a priority for other things like social things help as well while continuing to work hard. Those are 2 huge challenges. And I'll talk a little bit more about working in the business and on the business because that is a very important thing. Those are like the 3 main questions that I got. I've received a lot more, but I don't want this video to go too long. I still want to like break this up into pieces, but I want to like keep you all engaged and stuff. So entrepreneurship, just kind of backtracking to my notes, staying positive. Don't worry about external factors so much. Just be you, never get too high, never get too low. Why the West Coast move? Move to the spot that you are supposed to be in the given field of your passions. I wish I had the graphic knowledge to put the bouncing balls over the subtitle because you all need to hear that again, and I don't know what I said because it came to me and I'm not gonna repeat it. I'll just go back in the video. And then last thing is challenges you face working in the business, on the business, in dealing with all the external factors that all these BS Instagram accounts that are like, live your life with all these cars and millions and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, great, you can get that, but in order to get that, let me be real and tell you about the realness of the struggle behind it. There's so much more involved that like nobody tells you about, that goes on mentally, that goes on from a loneliness perspective, that goes on from an investment perspective, that you have to be sure that you are built for. Because if you're not built for it, mentally you will drive yourself crazy because you got so much stuff going on. I love doing it. I would not change it for the world. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's fun. I can wake up and I can be super passionate about life because of it. Because I can build my future. I can create the things that I want to create. And that's what I worry about every single day from a positive perspective. So whatever you do, be passionate about it. If it's 9 to 5, be passionate about it. If it's not having a job, be passionate about it. If it is having a job, be an entrepreneur. If it's just like whatever you're doing, just be passionate about that. Because if you're not passionate about something and you're going through life, living it for a point, for some like retirement, people say like build for the future. Like, let me just tangent. Got it. Cool, you want to build for the future. But if you are not like building day to day and enjoying what you're doing day to day, like you're building for a point, like you're 55 years old and retired. Do you not realize, like, yeah, no disrespect to people who are 55, like there's a lot of physical things that you can't do like when you're mid-20s, mid-30s, mid-40s. Like, okay, do those things and enjoy them. Don't build to the point where now everything is like, wow, I don't know why I just went through life and I just missed 20, 30 years of my life because I was building for this point. I enjoy life right now. Yes, I'm building for the future, but I'm building for the future that I truly want, not for a future that somebody's just gonna like hand to me. I know, I'm long-winded, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Do not be selfish and subscribe to my channel. I'm out.